You've almost died doing something embarrassing. Multiple times, and you had absolutely no idea. Not skydiving, not shark diving, not anything that deserves a story at a dinner party. Something dumb, something you probably did today. Something so ordinary you'd laugh if someone told you it was dangerous. But it is. And today I'm going to prove it. 6 times over. These are the everyday things that have quietly tried to kill you. And number one is the one you need to hear the most, especially if you've ever been in a swimming pool. Number 6. Picture this. You're sitting in the quietest possible room. An exam, a funeral, a first date that's actually going well for once. And then you feel it. That slow, unstoppable buildup that your nose has decided, right now, in this moment, is the perfect time to sneeze. So you do what any reasonable person would do. You clamp your nose shut, press your lips together, and try to absorb the sneeze internally like some kind of sneeze sponge. And for a second, it works. Sort of. Except your ears just popped, your eyes feel like they tried to leave your head, and there's a weird pressure behind your face that definitely wasn't there before. Here's what actually just happened. A normal sneeze sends air shooting out of your body at around 100 miles per hour. When you block that exit completely, all of that pressure has nowhere to go. So it ricochets back inward through your sinuses, your inner ears, and your throat. In documented medical cases, people have ruptured their eardrums doing this, blown blood vessels in their eyes. One man in the UK actually tore a small hole in the back of his throat from a single held-in sneeze and ended up unable to speak or swallow for weeks. The embarrassment of a loud sneeze lasts about 3 seconds. A ruptured eardrum lasts considerably longer. Number 5. You're doing literally nothing. Sitting down, watching something, drinking water, that's the most harmless substance your body runs on. And then out of nowhere, your throat just completely betrays you. 1 second you're hydrating, the next you're doubled over coughing like you just inhaled a handful of dust, eyes streaming, making sounds that concern everyone nearby. And then it passes and you laugh it off. Because what else are you going to do? You just choked on water. But here's what was actually happening in those few seconds. That's called aspiration. When liquid slips past the epiglottis, the little flap in your throat whose entire job is to stop exactly that from happening, and goes down your windpipe instead of your esophagus. Your cough reflex fires immediately to blast it back out, which is why you're fine. But if that reflex is even slightly delayed, if you're older, unwell, or just unlucky, that water stays in your airway. And water in your airway means no air getting through. Death by water. Not drowning, not a flood. Just a sip from a glass on your sofa on a Tuesday afternoon. Your cough reflex has saved you from this more times than you've ever counted. Maybe appreciate it a little more. Number 4. You've been horizontal for 2 hours. Fully committed to the couch, completely at peace with the world. And then something demands your immediate attention. Your phone in the other room, a knock at the door, the microwave beeping, and you launch yourself upright in one smooth motion. And for about 2 seconds, the world just disappears. Your vision goes gray at the edges. Little white dots, your legs feel weirdly distant, and you grab the nearest surface and stand very still, pretending to everyone, including yourself, that nothing just happened. What your body just experienced has an actual medical name: orthostatic hypotension. When you're lying or sitting still, your blood naturally pools towards your lower body. The moment you stand up, your heart needs to rapidly pump that blood back up to your brain against gravity. Usually it does this instantly and you never notice. But sometimes, especially if you're tired, slightly dehydrated, or you move too fast, it can't keep up. Your brain, which runs entirely on blood flow and oxygen, briefly gets shorted out. That gray out you felt? That's the early stage of fainting. A few more seconds and you'd have been on the floor. Most of the time your body corrects it in seconds and you move on. But people do hit their heads. People do fall downstairs. People have broken bones from passing out after standing up from a couch. Your sofa almost had you. Think about that. Number 3. The situation is familiar. It's late. You're hungry. The kitchen feels very far away and the microwave feels even further. There's something in the fridge that's technically food and technically cold, and you make the executive decision that it's fine. Maybe it's chicken that's warm on the outside and suspiciously cool in the middle. Maybe it's leftover rice that's been sitting out longer than you'd like to admit. Maybe you licked the spoon while cooking eggs and thought nothing of it. Here's the thing, your stomach acid is genuinely impressive. It's strong enough to kill most bacteria most of the time, which is why you've gotten away with this repeatedly and built up a completely unearned confidence about it. But raw chicken can carry salmonella. Undercooked eggs carry it too. Raw or reheated rice can carry Bacillus cereus, a bacteria that laughs at your microwave and produces toxins that no amount of heat can destroy once they've formed. These aren't rare edge cases. They're the reason food safety guidelines exist. When your stomach wins the battle, you never know you were in one. When it loses, and it does lose, you'll know immediately and thoroughly. We're talking the kind of night that resets your entire relationship with that food forever. And in serious cases, particularly with vulnerable immune systems, food poisoning from these bacteria isn't just unpleasant, it can be genuinely life-threatening and require hospitalization. Your laziness has been testing your immune system for years. So far, it's passed. Don't push it. Okay, number one, and this is the one I promised you at the start. You're watching a movie. There's an underwater scene. The character is submerged, the tension is building, and without even thinking about it, you take a big breath and hold it, just to see if you could survive the scene. Or maybe you did it as a kid in the pool. Or maybe you and your friends had a competition to see who could go the longest. Completely harmless, right? Just a fun little challenge. You push through the discomfort, your lungs burn a bit, and eventually you give up and breathe. No big deal. Here's what you didn't know. The burning feeling you experience when you hold your breath isn't actually caused by running out of oxygen. It's caused by carbon dioxide building up in your blood. Your brain reads rising CO2 as a signal to breathe. That's the discomfort, that's the urge. But your blood oxygen level at that point is often still reasonably high. So, when people hyperventilate before holding their breath, taking lots of big fast breaths first to prepare, they flush out CO2 without changing their oxygen level much. The result is they can hold their breath much longer because the CO2 warning signal gets delayed, but their oxygen is still running out at the same rate. And when oxygen drops to a critical level without that CO2 warning to alert your brain in time, you don't feel the urge to breathe, you just lose consciousness. Instantly, without warning. In a pool, that means you sink. Unconscious, with no one necessarily noticing until it's too late. This is called shallow water blackout, and it is responsible for a significant number of drowning deaths every year, including in young, fit, strong swimmers who had no idea they were doing anything dangerous. That breath-holding competition you had as a kid in the shallow end was genuinely one of the more dangerous things you've done. Your body just got lucky. 6 completely ordinary things. 6 moments your body either saved you quietly or came uncomfortably close to not saving you at all. The human body is genuinely remarkable at keeping you alive without you doing anything. But it's not perfect. And it's not invincible. And sometimes the dumbest, most casual thing you do in a Tuesday afternoon is the one it has to work hardest to protect you from.